everybody, welcome to another episode of Throwback Thursday. It's going to be a little bit different. It's just going to be me for right now. Kia might jump in a little bit, but for right now it's just going to be me, and I'll try to keep it quick for you guys. Thanks for watching, by the way. This is our second year of dating, and things kind of level out. Our first year we spent a lot of time arguing and trying to get to know each other, and just two different people trying to coexist. And so we got over that hump, and we started really starting to click and jive in our second year of dating. And I will say this, one of the biggest things, I remember last week I was talking about how I was trying to impress her. One thing was that we weren't just dating, we weren't just going out on dates, but we would go and try to serve on missions trips together. We were trying to grow together spiritually, and that also is another element that we had to understand each other. And that was a big, crucial, intricate part of our relationship, was not only just getting to know each other socially, and this is how I was raised, this is how she was raised, but also spiritually in those expectations. And so that was a big learning curve for both of us. But in our second year and into our third year, we really started to gel and smooth all that out. And also two big things that happened in our second year of dating. One was I was about an hour away. I moved up closer to where she was. We started living in the same city. I rented an apartment with two other guys. That was a little scary. I rented an apartment with two guys. I didn't know who they were. Somebody that Kia knew kind of referred me to them, and that was strange. And but it worked out okay. I was there for, I think, close to a year, maybe less than that, somewhere around there, and then I ended up getting my own apartment. But we were dating, and so I moved up closer to her. That was kind of one big step of saying, hey, I'm taking this serious. I want you to know that I'm really passionate about you. I'm really in love with you. And I use that cautiously, because what I know of love now and what I knew love then are two different types of love. But for what I knew then at 19 years old, 18 years old, I did love her and she loved me, and so we were starting to take that a lot more seriously. And so with that, I ended up giving her a promise ring, and I was unfamiliar with what a promise ring was. But basically, it was just something to say, look, I'm not ready to be engaged to you yet. I'm not at that point in my life, or I don't know if we're at that point in our relationship. But ultimately, that's where I'd like to see us be, is get married. In the future, at some point, that's what I want you to do, or that's what I would like for you to do, is marry me. So a promise ring was just a way of saying, look, I'm committed to you, and you are committed to me, and at some point we're going to get married. And so that was kind of our big second year of dating. I can't really remember too many hiccups. While Key and I were discussing this, there was a moment, and this is kind of a very standout moment for me, was that, you know, that moment where you just kind of know, like, this is the person for me. Well, that was for me when Key and I were dating, and I can't remember, she's pretty sure, and she probably is right. It was actually early on when we were dating, maybe when we were first hanging out, that we were with our friends, and we were at a park, and there was 3 swings on a swing set. And it was Kia, me, and our 2 friends, and the 2 friends were on the swings, and Kia was on the swing, and there was no place for me. Now, looking back, I should have just been over there hanging out, pushing her, whatever, hanging out. But I felt very left out, so I went over and just sat by myself, and I didn't mean for any pity party. I didn't know what else to do. And she saw me, got off the swing, came, sat next to me. And that was such a monumental moment in my life, and I thought, man, this girl is something special. She just looks out for that kind of thing. And the fact that she came over and sat next to me was kind of a big deal. And
hi guys, so I just wanted to jump in here for just a second. I wasn't able to be part of the video because we had a couple things that I needed to take care of before Jeremy headed back to work this afternoon. But he mentioned that it was a really big deal that I had come over to the swing, and it played an important factor in our relationship. And I just wanted to clarify that when he actually gave me my promise ring, he took me back to that same spot where I got off the swing, and he had me get on the swing, and he was pushing me on the swing, and then he kind of came around and he kind of sat down with me, and he was basically explained, said a lot of sweet things, and said that he knew that I was going to be the one for him when I got off the swing and came over and sat by him. And so this was him coming to me on the swing, and he presented me with the promise ring, and he told me that, he planned to marry me in the future, but, we were so young. I was only 17 and he was 19. And so, because I was so young, we weren't going to get married right then. We knew that we still needed some time, but it was him showing that he was committed to the relationship and to me being his future wife and him being my future husband. And so it was a really sweet spot for us because, I went to him and then he came to me. And so it was a really cool spot, really cool moment. So anyways, I just wanted to jump in here and make sure we shared that with you guys. And so, yeah, so I know this is kind of awkward, me just jumping in for a second, but anyways, we're going to go back to Jeremy now.
So year 2, all in all, pretty good. We grew closer together, started hanging out every day, started really just pruning our relationship and getting some things that we didn't want in our relationship out, and bringing some good stuff into our relationship. So that was kind of what year 2 was for us, and just looking forward to the future. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks, you'll be hearing about that future. So thanks for tuning in. Try to keep it short and sweet for you guys. Let us know what you think. And give us a like. Give us a whatever, a hoot and a holler if you want. And we'll see you guys next week. See ya.